And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at an expansion for Rum Bones, Second Tide, and this is the Iron Inquisition. This is eventually the Spanish. They're showing up, and they are taking no prisoners. So what's their thing here? They have one mission, universal peace. And if that means purging every pagan and heretic under the light, then so be it. Yeah, you get who these guys are. They're on a crusade. Let's check it out. Okay, so here are the different people who are involved, the heroes. Looking at the models, this guy I really like how he looks here with a giant gun with a knife coming out of it, or a harpoon coming out of it. So let's take a look though at their stats, okay, because that's kind of what's interesting. So we have here's the crew, which they definitely drink a lot of rum. The bosuns can cause stun if you upgrade them. Then we have Saint Vindicus here, and I really like this character a lot. If he KOs somebody with his basic attack, he can just basically activate a whole crew type. And he can also pick somebody else to move and make an attack with an extra 2 dice or an extra 3 dice. The Francisco Pizarro gentleman here, he's essentially, I think, a barbarian. That's what he feels like, because he has his Go for the Eyes, which can make people go blind. But his Zealous Rage attack, he can roll 3 extra dice. That's pretty cool. However, if he does this, he'll take 1 damage for every miss. And later on, he can do the same thing, and it's a better attack. So that's pretty neat, but dangerous if you miss a lot. You can do a lot of damage to yourself. This one is this one my favorite hero, maybe? The Zealous Engineer, because first of all, he can do all enemy heroes within 2 zones 3 damage. That's really cool. Secondly, he can push or pull people, and if he pushes them next to him, he can, cause bleed, which is pretty cool. And before he attacks, roll a die, and he gets that many extra dice. And then or roll 2 dice and choose one, and you get that many extra dice. And they hits on 3 or higher. A really powerful gunner. Maria Estrada, her regular thing has no, her Oath of Retribution doesn't do anything until it's pumped up. And then once it lets her move 3 zones and make a basic attack. And then it goes back. So basically, she's a very highly maneuverable person, as swashbucklers should be. The captain here, Hernan Cortez, has a basic attack, and he can heal people when he hits it, or he can draw a tide card. For each hit, 1 friendly hero gains 1 money, which is kind of neat. Just for each hit, 1 friendly hero, but drawing a tide card and doing that too. So he's kind of, considering how brutal his crew is, he's almost like kind of a pleasant healer type character. The Iron Inquisition has no special rules really, but they have a really cool looking ship. It's kind of like a steampunkish type ship. Some of the cards that are in their deck, let's take a closer look at these. So here we have, when a friendly hero takes damage, roll a die, and you can prevent that damage. Here you can move somebody whenever they're damaged. Here you can negate from an enemy ability or reaction skill. You can negate it with that card, Stand Resolute. Before crews are KO'd, all crews immediately attack. So that's kind of neat. They stand their ground. Here your opponent has to deal each of the deploy heroes 2 damage or cancel the effects of that tide card, which is pretty neat. It's essentially cancel someone else's tide card or have everyone take damage. So you wait till they play something else. Or when they move, they have to either not move or take 3 damage. Here, when someone gets hit, you can kind of pass it on to a friendly hero. So if you got your Brute, you can pass damage off to him. Or, this one, which is better, you can pick someone else. And they are now the new target of an ability or tide card. And then Holy Smite, hits of 5+, do 1 extra damage. And enemy skills and tide cards cannot be used in response to this attack. So that's a pretty neat thing. You're basically hitting someone, and they're just going to suck it up, and it might do a lot of damage. So there you have it. I already am a big fan of Rum Bones. This is a good expansion, adds more stuff, and these guys feel different than other people. I'm also reviewing today the orcs. The orcs are running in, and they're taking damage and dealing damage. These guys are almost like the opposite. These guys are guys who can heal their damage, and they're there, and they're going to stand their ground, and they're not going to move. And you have the one guy in here, like I said, who's almost like a barbarian. I think a lot of people are going to like the look of these guys. They're definitely bad guys. Well, they're pirates, you know. I don't think you should be on a ship and running around in this metal plate armor. But I like some of the characters a lot. I like the guy with the gun especially and all, like I mentioned in the thing. And so I think this is another good faction. It's a big ship. A lot of the little factions have 2 or 3 smaller ships. This is another one with the big ship. And so it just kind of fits a hole in that universe. So if you're looking for what I just showed you, essentially, I'm going to keep the expansion because I keep all the expansions for this game. But a lot of fun. More goodness for Rum Bones Second Tide, the Iron Inquisition. Dice Tower Judgment, approved!
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door!